Coached by head coach Anthony Hart. Student section, at this time, let's introduce the Raptors to Smoky High School.
All right, and it's game time. Will Becker will hit. Xavier with the easy steal early in the game. Kenny Foster walking the ball up for the Buffaloes.
Some sloppy basketball.
Very sloppy basketball early. Kenny Foster fouled early, heading to line for two.
Eagle Crest foul on number 12, Morgan Brown, his first. Kingsburg, Buckster, shoot two.
Kenny Foster knocks down his first free throw, probably the Buffs' most consistent free throw shooter. Went 2 for 2 for the line. Got the Buffs off to a 2-0 start. Buffalo sitting in a 1-2-2 press. Raptors break the press early.
That's a good way to start the game too, hitting both free throws.
Foul called on number 10, John Hart.
Smoking on foul on number 10, John Hart, his first. Kingsburg.
Number 23, Ty Robinson, sets up for a three, knocks it down early.
You gotta watch out for that. They do have some shooters on the request team.
Kenny Foster currently walking the ball up for the Buffaloes tonight. John Hart sets up for three, knocks it down. Man, you just don't see too many bigs that can shoot threes at 6'8" in high school. Xavier Johnson has the ball.
And that's Jackson's type of play. He likes to get to the basket and get a quick two.
Aaron Vocal set up for three. Foul called number 1, Quentin Rock. That's his first of the game.
Now Vocal's been struggling this season shooting threes, but he can shoot. That's something we have to watch out for.
Turn it over on Xavier Jackson. Good defense by Kenny Foster in the corner. And yes, Lauren, that is something you're going to have to watch this game. If he can heat up, that would help the Raptors a lot, but the way he's been shooting this season, I don't think it's coming tonight. Buffalo's Quentin Rock has the ball, being pressured by Xavier Jackson. Kenny Foster has had the ball in his hands a lot tonight. How are we feeling about that, Lauren?
I like it because I like him to get a shot off. He really needs to do that more because he's been a little inconsistent this season. But if we can get that together, he's going to have a really nice rest of the season.
All right, Quentin Rock has the ball. Buffs are set up in their 14 offense. Quentin Rock with a pull-up jumper, knocks it down early. How much of a key factor is he going to be tonight in this game?
It's going to be huge if he can get those threes off, because he's a consistent jump shooter. We like to keep him hot.
Number 22, Kenny Foster bringing the ball up the floor. Buffalo's in twist. Kenny Foster resets. Buffalo set up in 14. Get it down low to Will Becker, who goes straight to work on Raptors big Aaron Boak.
Foul number 20, Aaron Boak, his first, team's third.
Will Becker misses the first free throw from the line tonight.
Dangerfield.
Becker goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
Is that something we're going to have to be worried about tonight, is the free throw shooting in this team?
I don't necessarily think that's going to be a problem tonight. They focused on free throw shooting a lot in practice and getting a lot of shots up, especially yesterday. I think they'll be all right. Xavier Jackson with the ball for the Eagle Coast Raptors. Brandon Bunn gets a shot blocked by Will Becker. Not in his house. Buffalo's Kenny Foster pulls up for 3. And Kenny Foster called for a very undisciplined foul on the ground.
That's just fouls that you can't have. That could have been flagrant if the ref really wanted to call that. You got to keep your head in the game.
Xavier Jackson bringing the ball up the floor for the Eagle Coast Raptors. Raptors really trying to get Brandon Bunn open tonight. That is their best scorer, and his job on that offense is to stay hot and keep them in games.
And there you saw that hustle defense from Kyle Cabs. Got to keep that up tonight.
Brandon Bunn pulls up and gets fouled by Kyle Cabs. Just can't foul three-point line.
Do you think there may have been too much hustle on that play?
No such thing as too much hustle. I think he could have closed out, not ran all the way through underneath him, but there's no such thing as too much hustle.
No, you really do have to do that with a scorer. He's a consistent jump shooter. He can hit the 3 and he can drive. That's just something you got to do.
And that's how you get untelevised fouls early in the game. Brandon Bunn so far 1 for 2 from the line. Has one more coming up. Game scores 6-7. Buffalo's up. Will Becker with a tough rebound, kicks it out to Quentin Rock. Quentin Rock starting to break. Passes it to John Harge, who goes straight downhill. Morgan Brown for the Buffaloes already has 2 fouls early in this game. How is that going to affect them tonight?
Sorry about that. It shouldn't really affect them that much. They have a lot of tough defenders. They can play on the ball, and it shouldn't really come into the game that much.
Kenny Foster with the ball right now. Gets fouled by number 4, Xavier Jackson.
Raptor foul number 4, Xavier Jackson, his first personal. Team number 5.
Buffaloes pass the ball on to Will Becker. Will Becker goes straight at the big. Kicks it into John Hart. John Hart goes straight to work. Easy layup. Buffalo still in the press. Are they trying to speed this game up?
I mean, I believe so, but if not, that's what they should be doing.
Tommy Dangerfield with a big three for the Eagle Crest Raptors. Score is now 9-9.
Now this Raptors varsity team doesn't have a lot of talented ball handlers, so if they do speed the game up, that should be a huge factor in it.
Kenny Foster kicks it down to John Hodge in the post against Tommy Dangerfield. John Hodge kicks it out to Will Becker, who kicks it back to John Hodge, who kicks it to Quentin Rock, who pulls up. Will Becker with an offensive rebound. Eric Williams with a nice shot, misses, follows his shot, and gets fouled, and one. Man, Eric Williams just was so fired up tonight. Is it just the passion for the rivalry?
Not just that, but the crowd is crazy here. I believe the gym is sold out tonight, and that's good for the Raptors and Smoky Hill. All that energy, it should be a close game.
Completely agree. Eric Williams has one free throw. Muezzin Muakil checked into the game for Quentin Rock. Eric Williams goes 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Buffalo's press got broken very quickly by the Eagle Crest Raptors. Kenny Foster called for a second foul.
Foul number 22, Kenny Foster.
How important is it that Kenny Foster does not get in foul trouble in this game?
Well, he's one of our top scorers, so it's huge. If he fouls out, really the only two scorers that consistently do it on a night-to-night basis are John and Q.
Foul called on number 11, Will Becker.
Now, at any point, do you consider pulling Kenny out for the rest of this quarter and having him sit and cool off a little bit?
I think in a game as important as this, you keep him in. You trust that your star player knows what he's doing. Kenny Foster guarding the small guard from Eagle Crest. Good hand on the ball by Muezzin Muakil. Good steal by John Hodge. Will Becker shoots for three, misses. Zion Rucker turned the ball over out of bounds. Good hustle by Eric Williams. Quick turnovers by the Buffs on the inbound. Thomas Dangerfield with the dunk on the basket. Kenny Foster comes right back with a quick layup for the Buffaloes. Eric Williams freshening up against Zion Rucker for the Eagle Crest Raptors. Shifty little guy, isn't he?
Just a little bit.
Aaron Bokel fouled by number 3, Muezzin Muakil.
And that is one of the players that you have to watch out for. One of their few ball handlers. Something you got to be alert to.
Bokel headed to the line for 2. Knocks down the first free throw for the Raptors.
Returning for the Bucks, number 1, Quentin Rock, and number 24, Kyle Cavs.
Quentin Rock and Kyle Cavs have now entered the game for Kenny Foster and John Hodge.
Also returning for Eagle Crest, number 10, Brandon Young.
Aaron Bokel goes 1 for 2 from the line. Game score, 14-12. Kyle Cavs with the ball on the left wing. Passes it to Quentin Rock. Quentin Rock attacks and kicks it back to Kyle Cavs with a good cut and misses the layup. Xavier Xavion on the fast break. Goes straight to the hole. Easy layup. 14-14.
In the past few games, that's where all of his points have been coming from. That nice little layup.
Bucks get the ball straight into Will Becker, who gets an easy layup. They're really happy to keep getting it into the bigs. There's nobody from Eagle Crest who can guard them tonight. Xavion Jackson straight to the basket. Knocks down another bucket. Buffaloes kick it right back into Will Becker. Ball knocked out down by Raptors Thomas Dangerfield.
Do you think the Buffs should be focused on that paint shot or more focused on the three that could be shot off of a kick out from the paint?
Keep getting it to Will. When he's a smart player, he'll know when he needs to kick it out. Buffaloes run a ball screen. Quentin Rock pulls up. Misses long. Raptors kick it up to Xavion Jackson, who shoots a three. Misses. Muezzin Walker with the rebound, coming up the floor. Passes it off to Will Becker. Charge called on Muezzin Milwaukee. Aaron Bokel from the Raptors was the one who took the charge. That's Muezzin Milwaukee's second foul of the day.
In the game for the Bucks, number 4, Anshu Mohan.
Buffalo's class president, Anshu Mohan, enters the game very early. Brandon Buns with the three, misses. Aaron Bokel with a nice putback layup. Buffaloes in the quarter, or Raptors in the quarter, up 18-16. So very good back and forth first quarter, Lauren. What are the keys that the Buffaloes are going to have to focus in on to beat the Raptors tonight?
They really just have to stop those drives to the basket because that's what's killing them right now. I don't think Eagle Crest has 1-3.
Xavion Jackson has been the catalyst for getting to the basket tonight. How do you stop that? He's a big built guy, so if he's coming downhill, he's nearly unstoppable.
If he's coming downhill, you got to take a charge. That's the only way those kind of guys can get stopped.
All right.
And the BTCO is doing a 50-50 rifle out.
I don't know about you, but I'm really liking Quentin Rock's shoes right now.
Can't see him exactly right now, but I'll check him out in a second. Those are some very nice white and red and green Nikes. Raptors fans just seem electric right now.
And Smokey Hill's ball to start off the quarter. Quinn Rock's going to take the ball up the court. Kick to Milwaukee in the corner, but he fumbles the ball, goes out of bounds. Xavion Jackson with a quick two. And you really have to stop that. That's what's killing him this game.
Do you switch Kyle Cabs onto Xavion Jackson?
At this point in the game, I would try something. Anything to try to stop that. And a turnover by Smokey Hill. Eagle Crest put down the court. To Xavion battle. Another drive and a missed layup. A hard fought rebound for John. And Smokey Hill is headed back down the court. Deep three from Muezzin. Just off Eagle Crest rebound.
The Raptors have gotten a lot of fast break layups. Is that just a lack of people getting back from the Smoke Hill side?
It's just kind of an unfortunate turn of events. The way that they're losing the ball is in kind of a, I guess you'd say, a tight space, so it's really difficult for them to get back. So the Eagle Crest Raptors with another rebound. And Xavier is just getting to the rim at will. And a charge called on John Harge, which is a rarity. I've not once in my career seen him get called for a charge.
Offensive foul on the 10, John Harge, his second personal. Teams man. Returning to the bus, number 22, Kane Oscar, and number 11, Will Becker.
Xavier Johnson just got taken out of the game. How is that going to help the Buffaloes?
That should help them build their confidence back up. They're going to be able to score more on offense and stop a lot more on defense. Now Eagle Crest is moving the ball around the top of the key. Trying to get the ball to Fergal Bio. Rebound by John Harge.
Look at Point John bring the ball up the floor.
And I believe that call was on Aaron Bogle.
Foul by number 23, Tyler Robinson, his second personal.
My apologies, Tyler Robinson.
Foster shooting 1 of 1.
Score is currently Eagle Crest 20, Smoky Hill 16. Tony's good on the first free throw.
He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. He's showed that he's very consistent from the line. Do you expect that from him every game?
Yeah, and especially if he can get to the paint more often, off of drives. And he's good on the second.
Score is currently 18-20.
And they're still in this press, and it hasn't been working so far. What do you think they could change about that?
I just think they're not putting enough pressure on their guards. Eagle Crest guards are getting whatever they want, whatever they pass, especially in the middle of the floor. You can't ever have that. Middle of the floor in a 1-2-2 zone is the one spot that should be locked up.
Quinn Rock with a pull-up jumper. Just off. Saved by John Harge, but the ball will go to Eagle Crest.
Buffalo switching to a man press. Are you liking that a little bit better than the 1-2-2?
I haven't really seen much of it yet, but we will see. Eagle Crest with a lot of ball movement. Looks almost like a 5-out offense. And Will Becker with yet another block.
That's his third of the night.
Quinn Rock with a dish to Will Becker. And an aggressive play there by John Hart to strip the ball out, but it'll be Eagle Crest ball. Drive to the basket and the foul is called. On Kyle Cabs.
Foul number 24, Kyle Cabs, his second.
And that's 2 fouls on your best defender. You got to change something about that.
So far, the Buffs have started this game in a lot of foul trouble. John has 2, Kyle has 2, Kenny has 2. How do you go about that as a coach?
Just try to let them know. Play level-headed.
Do you start going deeper into the bench, or you just roll with the guys?
I would still keep with the starters, especially this early in the game. They just have to make a couple adjustments, and they'll be okay. Turnover by Kenny Foster. Quick fast break by Crest. Pull-up jumper is off.
Man, Thomas Dangerfield is really hustling for the Eagle Crush Raptors tonight. How are you liking how this kid plays?
I'm liking it a lot. He is one of their glue players. Has a lot of effect on the team when a guy like that is hustling to get every ball he can.
Do you keep trying to get it inside John Harge?
As of right now, that's not really working, so I would look for another approach. Good take by Eric Williams, and he was fouled. Oh, my bad, Kyle Cabs. They look pretty similar, I'm just saying.
Shooting 2.
Kyle Cabs good on the first free throw.
Eric Williams has now entered the game for John Harge.
Returning for the
One now, I know.
Eric Williams.
Score is 22-19. Raptors winning.
Second free throw is off left, rebounded by Crest. And there's another drive. You just got to stop the drive. The basket is good by Aaron Bokel.
So it's looking like the Raptors are doing a lot to try to get Kyle Cabs to shoot tonight. How are you feeling about that?
I mean, that's really the key to their game. If they can get him trying to be the one scoring on offense, which he hasn't been doing lately, it's going to have a huge effect.
Buffalo's Will Becker and Eagle Crest Raptors Aaron Bokel called for double tees.
And as of right now, these players are really just letting the rivalry get the best of them.
So, is it really Will Becker's fault there for Aaron Bokel undercutting him on that rebound?
I mean, we were talking about this last game. Players really have to stop with the undercutting because it's really dangerous, could get players hurt. So Will Becker will head to the line and shoot free throws. And Will is off.
Play stock because clock not running. Oh, no, Raptors are in the double bonus, so Will Becker gets 2 free throws. So the first free throw was off, he has 1 more coming up.
In the game, we will press number 10, Brandon Bond. Becker is shooting the second of 2 shots.
Becker
And the second
from the line.
Second free throw is off. There's a block called on Eric Williams. Eagle Crest is also in the bonus, so Jackson will be shooting 2.
How are you feeling about the switch on Xavier, changing Quentin Rock and putting Eric Williams there, who's a little bit bigger, a little stronger?
I mean, as we've seen so far, nothing's really making a difference. He's really getting what he wants down there.
That is true.
He goes 1 for 2 from the line, smoky ball. Kenny Foster post up. Fadeaway jumper and is off. Eagle Crest rebounds the ball and they're headed down the court on a fast break. And a charge called on number 2 of the Raptors, Darius Houston.
Offensive foul on number 2, Darius Houston.
Kyle Cobbs is essentially the Buffalo's glue guy. He keeps everybody together. He makes those hustle plays. You expect that from him all night tonight?
I expect that from him every night.
Buffaloes go straight muscle. Let Kenny get a look inside.
Kenny's good for 2 on a nice little play. Kick out to Houston, and the 3 is good. Score is 21-28, Eagle Crest. And a good pass by Q to Will Becker. Kick out to Kyle Cabs. Just off on the layup, but gets his own board and is fouled.
Kyle Cabs is looking seriously injured out there on the floor. Is that something you should be worried about right now?
I mean, injuries are always something to worry about. Let's just hope he can get up. And he does.
Trainer's walking Kyle Cabs off the floor, checking on him, make sure he's good. John Hard just stepping in to shoot the 3 thus far.
John Hard.
John Hard is good on the first. And he's off on the second.
So we've had quite a few trips to the free throw line and gone 0 for 2. Is that something you start to worry about in this game?
It's always something to worry about. We talked about it before the game. The free throws are going to be crucial in this game. And a quick move for Kenny Foster. Drops it in for 2. Driving a kick out. 3 is good by Brandon Bunn. And there's a foul called on Thomas Dangerfield.
Dangerfield, his first personal. Q shooting 2.
Dangerfield. What a cool last name. So shooters from the free throw line, is it just natural? Like, I can shoot 3s, I can shoot free throws, that's an easier shot?
It depends on the situation. Like this game here, it's a pressure situation. Obviously not like end of the game pressure, but like you have a lot of energy going through the building with a lot of fans from Eagle Crest and a lot of fans from Smoky, so it kind of gets to you when you're up the line. Quinn Rock goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 9 seconds left on the clock. The blocked by Kenny Foster. It'll be Eagle Crest ball with 6.8 left on the clock. Score is currently 31-26, Eagle Crest.
Number 20, Jordan Whitaker. Also returning number 11, Will Becker.
And a quick layup for Dangerfield. 2 seconds left on the clock. Eric Williams. Shots off. The score is currently 33-26, Eagle Crest Raptors. So here with me at halftime, I have Ricky Ross, plays sophomore, correct?
Yeah,
How are you liking this game so far?
it's pretty good. I seen John just talking a little smack to people.
You always gotta love that. So when is you guys in the next game?
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
What time?
12:30
12:30. Is it here or at Eagle Crest?
here.
Here?
Yeah.
So come support them here at Smoky Hill tomorrow, 12:30.
Yep.
So how often do you come to the games?
Almost every game, every home game.
Every home game?
Yeah.
So how do you like this energy compared to energy from, like, say, the Arapahoe game the other day?
It's more like it's a different atmosphere. Like, there's more people here. It's more people like actually cheering and all that.
That's always good. We love to see that.
Yeah.
How about this cheer team?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Okay, so next week is Smoky Hill's Winter Wish Week. Are you competing in any of the events?
Nah,
No? Why not?
I didn't even know it was Winter Wish Week.
But you go to Smoky Hill. How could you not know?
I don't know.
Okay, well, anything else before you go?
Nah, not nothing. Nothing else.
Well, thank you for the interview.
All right, thanks, bro.
Enjoy the rest of the game.
All right.
Want to make some quick money? Go buy yourself a 50-50 raffle ticket with your chance to walk out of here with a bundle of cash today. Also, want to remind everyone that next week is Wish Week. Every event will be doing will be making money for our Wish Week Dimitri. Trying to send him to the beach for the first time. We're going to try to send him to Atlantis next week. So please join in the festivities and help support Wish Week and our Wish Day Dimitri. All right, now please welcome the half court, your 6th place and state cheerleaders, who will now be performing their national competition game day routine. Give it up for the varsity cheerleaders!
don't know if you guys have looked at the feed.
So a little bit of an update here at halftime. The score is 26 Smoky Hill, 33 Eagle Crest. The scoreboard on the live feed isn't working, so we'll try our best to give the score more often. So Jerry, you got into the locker room. What were you hearing down there?
Passion. The Smoky Hill boys seem very fired up. It's a rivalry game. A lot of emotions are stirring. They seem real passionate. These first 5 minutes are going to be very key for them, and they know that. Free throws. Will Becker's out there shooting free throws right now. He knows that 7 free throws were missed in that first half. They can't let that happen in the second half. Little things like that. 7-point game. You make 7 free throws, it's a tie game. They also talked about hustling. Eagle Coast Raptors right now are being more physical and out hustling them, and that's not how they play basketball. So they're just really passionate about doing the things that they know they need to do and coming out. They also talked about game plan wise, stopping Xavier Jackson. It's simple. You have to give him a little bit of room. He won't shoot a jump shot, so make him shoot jump shots. It's little adjustments, and we'll see if they are successful in the second half.
Now, did they get into any detail about the points in the paint so far?
They didn't get into detail stats-wise about points in the paint, but Xavier Jackson had 4 fast breaks in a row, easy layups. That was the turning point in the game. When he did that, the Eagle Coast Raptors got fired up knowing, oh, we can just go downhill at any time we want. So, especially Will Becker and John Hars, they put the blame on them a little bit because they know they are the senior bigs, and that should not happen against them, even though it was in transition. So the Bucks look ready to go in. I think they'll do better in the second half.
How about these fans right now?
The Buffalo fans seemed like they were serenading the Eagle Crest fans with a little bit of Justin Bieber Baby. I don't know exactly how that's going to affect the game, but looked cool, I guess. Eagle Crest Raptors start the game, or second half of the ball. Xavier Jackson taking the ball up the floor. Quentin Rock has a very tough task of guarding Xavier Jackson. And as you may notice, Kyle Cabs is not on the floor for the second half. He is headed to the emergency room from a hit to the head on that unfortunate play. Brandon Buns with the ball right now.
And I believe on that play he did cut his eye.
Xavier Jackson with the ball, sizing up Quentin Rock. Passing it off to Morgan. Morgan gives it to Brandon Buns, who pulls up for a deep contested three. Quentin Rock gets a rebound and pushes it real quickly. Brandon Buns gets a steal and pushes it right back to Smokey. Quentin Rock guarding Xavier. Brandon Bunn with a driving kick to Aaron Bogle. Misses the first, misses rebound, and goes back up and knocks down the putback.
Now, I've seen Eagle Crest so far this game struggle with threes. As a coach for the Bucks, would you have them jump into a zone?
They talked about in the locker room going into one of the zones 20, but I don't know if we'll see that or not. John with a killer block off the backboard, then gets a technical for his emotion after it.
And this is something we talked about last game. You got to have a better attitude than that.
You can celebrate a block there. That's something that should not be called for a technical in basketball. You can celebrate a block. He didn't go jump in the player's face. He celebrated a block shot. This is a rivalry game. You got to expect passion. That's what that was.
And I do like to see passion, but you just can't have that much of it.
That's ridiculous.
In the game with Bucks number 3, Dangerfield.
Buffalo's coach Coach Harden speaking to the ref really quickly to understand why the call was called.
As a matter of fact, I take that back. It's not a problem with passion, but you got to know how to control yourself in that kind of situation.
Quentin Rock coached up in the second half to just give Xavier some space. That's what you're seeing right now out on the floor. Ty Robinson for the Eagle Crest at the ball, kicks it to Morgan Burnett. He goes up for an infectious three. As we said, Morgan Burnett is an athlete. Anytime he gets a chance to dunk the ball, no matter who it is, he's gonna go dunk the ball. And as you've seen right there, it's amazing what he does.
And I believe that's where he gets the nickname Bounce House.
Bounce House, like it. The Raptors guard number 4, Xavier Jackson, came down the floor and gave a little bit of his emotions towards the bench. Nothing happened. Is that fair both ways? John celebrates for a block and gets a technical. He talks stuff to a bench and nothing happened.
I can't really say much except for refs can't see everything.
All right. Quentin Rock pulls up for 3. Misses. Will Becker follows for the rebound, but misses. Ty Robinson brings the ball forward, gives it to Aaron Bogle. Misses a layup. Good contest by Kenny Foster. Morgan Brown with the putback layup and 1. Foul on Wesley Milwaukee.
And I believe that is his 3rd foul, so at this point, what do you do?
They're getting outworked. They're getting out hustled. Their Eagle Crest is showing more passion on the floor than Smoky Hill is. They showed a lot of emotion in the locker room, but I don't see it right now on the floor.
Now last season, Eagle Crest and Smoky split the games even, with Eagle Crest winning at Smoky and Smoky winning at Eagle Crest. How are you feeling about that right now? Like, how does that affect this situation?
It doesn't affect this situation at all. Last year the game was a 14-point game. Smokey was leading the game with 2 minutes, and Eagle Crest found a way to come back in the game and win the game with a Kobe Rush step back. So 14 points with 13 minutes left in the game is nothing. The Buffaloes they got to dig somewhere inside and get something out and get going. Again, this is a very talented team. They can score it well. They're fine.
And to overcome this, they really do have to be a strong-headed team and not let that affect them.
Morgan Burnett with his free throw. Misses. Ty Robinson gets the offensive rebound. Will Becker with the rebound. Kicks it out to Eric Williams. Eric Williams bringing the ball to 4. Quentin Rock gets straight downhill for a layup. We're going to have to see a lot more of that in the second half for the Buffaloes to win.
And that's something we really haven't seen all game is the quickness from Q, or even just the quickness from our offense. Normally we can swing the ball around, get more open looks, and in this game it's just kind of been an ISO type of game.
Well, the game plan, a lot of the Raptors players have been known for playing a little bit lazier defense because of the amount of defensive help they have, and very, very talented defensive players. So they were focused on trying to attack those players who didn't really want to play defense. But this is a rivalry game. I think everybody's going to play defense.
In the game for the Raptors, number 5, Thomas Dangerfield.
Buffalo's Kenny Foster with the ball. Kicks it to Eric Williams, who pulls up for 3. Misses. Will Becker with the rebound. Goes up. And he's fouled. Will Becker's going to the line for 2. We watched him shoot some free throws at halftime. Do you think he's going to knock these 2 down?
Most definitely.
Becker shoot 2.
First one off for Becker. Has one more from the line.
And these missed free throws, do you think that's getting in his head right now?
I don't exactly think that. I think Will is probably the mindset-wise is the strongest player on the Smokeville team. I just think sometimes you miss some free throws. You just got to get through it. He's going to get through it. Quentin Rock really looks fired up out there. Daring Xavier to come straight at him. I wouldn't necessarily do, but he stops him and gets a turnover off of it, so looking like he knows what he's doing out there. He's bringing the ball up the floor, kicks it down to Will. Will Becker gets his shot blocked by Morgan Brown. Buffaloes get it in to Will Becker, who kicks it out to Moo. Moo misses but follows his shot and gets a tie-up with Morgan Brown.
Now, you said earlier that Eagle Crest is kind of lackadaisical on defense. To me, it's seeming like the exact opposite right now.
Not necessarily lackadaisical on defense. There are players on the Eagle Crest roster that get lackadaisical on defense, but they are not lackadaisical on defense.
Foul number 23, Ty Robinson, his 3rd personal foul. Team's 3rd and 2nd.
Buffaloes try to kick it inside to Kenny. Gets stolen by Ty Robinson. He's bringing it up for it. Gives it off to Morgan Burnett. He scores for an easy fast break dunk. That's his 2nd goal. Eric Williams attacks the basket, gets fouled, and is going to the line for 2. This is another thing that the coaches brought up in the locker room. They said this game is being called very closely. There's a lot of fouls being called, so you've got to attack. Let the refs do their job and call fouls, and just play your game. A lot of the players were a little bit focused on the refs, a little frustrated with how the game was being called, but coaches really were preaching to them that they can't let that happen. And Williams gets to the first 15.
And in my opinion, my bad, but in my opinion, I'm really trying to get the ball to Kenny Foster. to do what he can do, what he's most capable of doing, is driving, getting fouls, and making free throws.
Eric Williams was 1 for 2 from the line. The score is 30 to 42. Buffaloes get back into the 1-2-2. Raptors get it to Zion Richardson, who's just dribbling around up top right now. Brandon Bunn currently has the ball. Morgan Brown comes out for the screen. Kenny Foster with the rebound. Kicks it out quick to Quentin Rock, who attacks straight downhill and gets a pull-up. Will Beckman knocks down his first free throw, the 1-1. He has one more coming up.
And it looked like there was a lane violation there, but no call. Free throw is good anyways.
Lane violation called on number 10 John Harge for the Buffaloes. Brandon Bunn bringing the ball up for the Eagle Crest Raptors.
Now that is a little weird. There wasn't a lane violation on Eagle Crest, but there was a lane violation called on Smokey.
Raptors play a very spread out offense with a 4-out, 1-in technique. How are the guards going to have to get accustomed to that? Because it is a lot of one-on-one defense and making the guards guard.
I mean, as of right now, they just got to get bigger.
Quentin Rock bringing the ball up the floor for the Buffaloes. The Buffaloes are set up in 14. Thomas Dangerfield with a quick steal on the entry pass to Kenny Foster.
And on that play, he just telegraphed the pass.
Kenny Foster, his third personal foul. In the game for the Raptors, number 4.
And what I've been seeing a lot of this game is a lot of like quick decision passes, not really thinking it a lot.
Quentin Rock guarding the small guard. Oh, switches off onto Xavier Jackson. Quentin Rock seems very ready for this matchup in the second half. He's almost asking Xavier to come at him. Eric Williams comes up for a hustle play, gets a steal. John Hodge has the ball. Kenny Foster running it up the floor. Attacks straight downhill and gets the foul called. Buffaloes are in the bonus with 8 fouls on the Raptors.
And that's really good to see out of Eric Williams. If you don't have a hustle player like Kyle Cabs, you can make your own hustle plays.
I really think that Eric Williams has done a lot of the hustle plays this year. I think you don't really notice it as much because you have players like Kyle Cabs, who is a 6'6" starter, and you don't expect somebody to be able to move like that and sacrifice his body like that. So I think Eric's been making them all year. It's just a little less noticeable, but now that he's in the spotlight, I think you're seeing a lot more of what he can do. Kenny Foster goes 2 for 2 at the line. He's 6 for 6 tonight for free throws, shooting 100%. Xavier Jackson brings the ball up the floor. Eagle Crest Raptors call a timeout, and the Buffaloes are rolling right now on a 7-0 run.
And what you said about Eric is completely true. He is a hustle player. He does it on a day-to-day basis. And it's really good to see out of him, especially in this game when you don't have a Kyle Cabs anymore, and you really have to step it up.
Buffalo's cheer team is really doing everything they can to get the crowd hyped. The score is now 42-35. Buffaloes are down 7 with 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the third quarter.
And it really seems like the Raptors student section is trying to do the same and is doing the same. Do you think that's really having an effect on Smoky Hill?
Not necessarily. I think they're at home, and playing in the Stampede is a very hard thing to do for the Raptors. So it's very good that they have a lot of students here to try their hardest to even it out with us. The Buffaloes are sitting in a 3-2 zone, almost asking for the Raptors to start shooting more jump shots. And as you heard from the Smoky Hill Buffalo student section, it is loud. Ty Robinson up top for the Eagle Crest Raptors has the ball, kicks it to Xavier Jackson.
Now we talked about this zone earlier, and it seems to be slowing Eagle Crest down.
Well, I mean, this is their first possession doing it. I think longer possessions can be tiring on defense, but I think the Buffaloes are in for it. Buffaloes look as if they've gotten out of the zone and changed mid-play into a man-to-man. Will Becker with a tie-up on small guard Zion Rucker. It is still Raptor basketball.
And the score is 35 Smoky Hill, 42 Eagle Crest.
Xavier Jackson passes it up to Rucker. Rucker gives it right back to Jackson. Jackson coming downhill at Kenny Foster, who played very great defense on that possession. Jackson has the ball back again. And Jackson's shot is blocked by Will Becker, who has been fouled and is heading to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
Eagle Crest foul on number 4, Xavier Jackson.
Now, I don't know if you saw it, but I noticed that Eric dove on the end of that play. I'm not quite sure what he was doing, but I like the aspect of hustle on that.
Quentin Rock seems so fired up right now to look at him on the floor. He's just encouraging his teammates to keep this run alive and keep battling with these Eagle Crest Raptors. He just seems as if he's so calm in the midst of the storm. Will Becker misses the first of the 1-on-1. Herbal makes the layup for the Raptors. Quentin Rock attacks the basket, kicks it to Will Becker. Rattles one home.
That is a really good dish from Q, and that's what we like to see out of him, a nice little drive and kick. And that will get the student section hyped up.
44, Smoky Hill 37.
So the Buffaloes had a really good third quarter after about the first 3 minutes. How are we feeling about that? They really showed passion and hustle with the missing Kyle Cabs, which is their glue guy. Eric Williams almost like stepped in the spot for him. Is that what you expect out of your players? Next man up mentality?
I don't think it should be one man out and next man up type mentality. I think everybody should be doing it. There's no situation when one player should be doing all the work. It should just be everybody.
Quentin Rock kicks it inside to Kenny Foster. Goes straight to work. Thorvald Biles with the block. Will Becker chases down the rebound. Kicks it out to John Hart, who attacks the basket. And gets an easy layup.
John Hart for 2.
Xavier Jackson throws up a wild shot inside. Will Becker fumbles the rebound, and it is Raptors basketball.
Speaking of Xavier Jackson, he's been kind of quiet in this second half.
I mean, they game plan for it. I really believe the Buffaloes are ready for anything he has. Brandon Buns pulls up for a corner. John Hart chases it down, kicks it up to Quentin Rock, kicks it out to Eric Williams. Misses the three, but Kenny Foster with the rebound and fouled on the way up by Ferber Bach.
Foul on number 21, Ferber Bach, his third. Monster shoot two.
Foster good on the first free throw. And I believe he's still perfect for free throws on the night.
7 for 7 today. The Buffaloes are on a 11-0 run. They really seem fired up. This Raptors team is just looking tired. Seems like the Buffaloes zone is really getting to them right now.
And it's really too bad that they are making this comeback in the fourth quarter, really, because they could have been doing it all game.
Kenny went 1 for 2 from the free throw line, is now 7 for 8 on the night. Brandon Bond has the ball for the Eagle Crest Raptors. Aaron Boko has it in the corner, attacks the paint. Kenny Foster with a nice tip. Almost is still. Quentin Rock was chasing it down, missed it, and it went out of bounds. Raptors ball.
Now, another player that we haven't heard much from this game from Eagle Crest is Brandon Bunn. Now, he scored here and there, but not as consistently as he would in a regular game, but it happens. Everybody has an off night every once in a while.
Quentin Rock called for the foul on Xavier Jackson. I think as a senior in this situation, Xavier knows especially that he has to find a way to get the momentum back on the Eagle Crest side. Basketball is a game of runs. Anything can happen in the next 6 minutes of this game. Score of the game, 44 Eagle Crest, 40 Smoky Hill. Brandon Buns has the ball. Quentin Rock Gardner. Eric Williams goes out to guard Xavier Jackson. Kenny Foster with a good hard side play. Will Becker gets it to Eric Williams. Eric Williams bringing the ball up. Kicks it up to Kenny Foster, who attacks straight at the rim. Kicks it to Kenny. Foul called on Kenny. Aaron Boko with the charge. Or Kenny Foster with the charge. Aaron Boko was the one that got it.
Well, I was going to say before the charge that there were a limited amount of fouls coming from Smokey's end, which really did have a huge effect on them in the first half because everybody was getting emotional, getting into the game. And I'm really liking what I see right now as a Falcon.
Quentin Rock guarding Xavier Jackson. They kick it to Morgan Brown. Morgan Brown going downhill. Xavier drives and kicks it to Aaron Boko for an easy layup. Score of the game. Kenny Foster comes down for an easy layup. Game score, 46 Raptors, 42 Buffaloes. Turnover on Xavier Jackson, Buffalo ball. Do you think maybe sometimes Xavier is forcing the issue a little too much with the driving? He's had about 4 turnovers off of it this game. That can be really crucial coming down in the end of the game.
I mean, in the first half, he was really getting what he wanted at will. So, I mean, as a player, I would slow it down a little bit, but not enough to stop the momentum.
Kenny Foster pulls up for three. Game score, 45-46 Buffalo. Kenny Foster is just having a night. Almost getting whatever he wants, whenever he wants. I think he's very hot right now, so I think that's a check shot, and he's still on fire. Kenny Foster has 20 of the Buffalo's 45 points tonight.
And I talked to him before the game. I asked him, was he going to score a lot this game? And he was pretty confident with his answer, and he showed it out here on the court. Yes.
Kenny Foster has been dominant and continues to be dominant. One player from the Buffaloes who has been just a little quiet tonight, maybe because of foul trouble, it's gone hard. He wants to get the ball to him in the later minutes of the fourth quarter. He's just keep riding the hot hand.
Now it's rolling.
I'm going with the hot hand all the way.
Xavier Jackson bringing the ball up for the Buffaloes. Takes it out to Brandon Bunn. Morgan Brown with the ball. Takes it to Brandon Bunn. Brandon Bunn has a ball screen by Morgan Brown. Buffaloes decide to switch it. Will Becker with his 6th block of the night. He's just everywhere tonight. Timeout called on the play. Eagle Crest Raptors ball. Baker comes out of the scuffle, holding his head a little bit. Is that something to look further into later in this game?
As in like injuries or
injury-wise?
It never hurts to check. But you don't want to play like that getting injured.
Will Becker is being taken to the trainers right now to be checked out. As a coach right now, who are you going to put in to replace Will, I guess? Unless he comes back.
Well, right now, the only players that you really have height-wise that are in the same region as Will is Dasani Darnell or JB Sling. But other than that, you really have to go small in this situation because it's a close game. There's 4 minutes left, and it's going to come down to the wire, so that might be a little too much of pressure as of right now for Dasani. But
so to replace Will Becker, they put in Quentin Rock back into the game. So they did go small. Do you expect John to pick it up on defense and replace for Will?
He's going to have to. Either that or they're going to have to go into his zone.
As you say that, John gets the steal. Comes down the floor. Easy layup. Buffaloes are now up 47-46. Buffaloes fans are going crazy in here. The atmosphere is amazing. Xavier Jackson bringing the ball up the floor. Jackson get a layup for the Raptors.
Basket number 4, Xavier Jackson.
Raptors back up, 48-47. Kenny Foster with the ball.
Now, is that the right idea of slowing it down a little bit on offense?
Kenny Foster drives and kicks to Quentin Rock, who misses the corner three. Eric Williams with the block. And a foul on Morgan Williams. Eric Williams just seems so fired up tonight. Do you worry about that in a situation like that when you need to be 100% together as a team?
I mean, in a close game like this, you saw in the Overland game, it's really going to play a huge role whether or not he keeps his head in the game.
Morgan Burnett makes the first free throw, but he is a 50% free throw shooter, so you got to get out of that situation.
It's really not, especially in a close game, you don't want them to be able to get into the bonus that fast and be able to shoot free throws.
But it was that or a layup. So you give him 2 points instead of putting a 50% free throw shooter at the line?
in this situation, I mean, we'll just have to see.
I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one. Refs having a quick conversation before Morgan Brown shoots his second free throw. Morgan Brown goes 1 for 2 from the line. I'm going to have to say that's a great foul by Eric Williams. Quentin Rock bringing the ball up to 4. Kicks it to Eric Williams. Get it back to Kenny Foster, who gets an easy layup. Score 49-49. Tie game. Xavier Jackson bringing the ball up to 4. Brandon Bunn has the ball at the top, guarded by Kenny Foster. Block called on Buffalo's John Hart. I believe that is his 4th in the game.
Now in that situation, I mean, not really sure. It's a split decision call. As a ref, what kind of call would you make there?
That's a hard call to make. In this situation, I think he made the right call. John is still shuffling his feet a little bit. But nonetheless, you put a 50% free throw shooter at the line. I think you can live with that. I'm surprised he didn't try to go dunk on John Hart.
The only reason I wouldn't be okay with that is it's John's 4th foul, so you have to be really cautious.
Morgan Brown goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Will Becker with the rebound, kicks it up to Kenny Foster, who is walking the ball up the floor. Will Becker come up. Nope. Goes back to the corner. John Hodge coming up to set the on-ball screen for Kenny Foster. Kenny Foster attacks and misses the layup, but Will Becker takes it and misses again. Morgan Brown with the rebound. Xavier Jackson bringing the ball up the floor. Xavier Jackson called for the foul. Buffalo's ball. Kenny Foster is looking like he was in a lot of pain, taking an elbow to the face from Xavier Jackson. So it's 49-49, 2 minutes to go. We've seen a similar situation to this in the Overland game. There's a lot more points scored, but still similar situation. You have Kenny Foster still on the floor. Do you just keep going with your star?
I mean, he hasn't been showing otherwise, like missed shots, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to keep going to him.
All right, and do you do this on-ball action up top with John Hart and Kenny Foster, or do you just let Kenny go to work one-on-one?
Well, in my opinion, I'd rather have Will Becker getting a little pick and roll action, possibly a pick and pop, because he is a pretty good three-point shooter for a big, and as we saw on a previous play, he can throw dimes too.
Do you think maybe the Buffalo should just go into open? They spread out the floor. They get a lot of movement around. You could get him on the move going downhill, or maybe go straight muscle and just put Kenny in the post. It's looking like the Buffaloes are going muscle right now. Nope, get it to the corner to Kenny. Kick it inside to Will. Will kicks it back out to Quentin Rock, who misses the three. Thomas Dangerfield gets the rebound, passes it out to Morgan Brown. Brandon Bunn has the ball at the three-point line, dribbling out. Xavier Jackson with a wild shot, missing. Will Becker with a block. Kenny Foster on the ball at the floor. Kicks it to Eric Williams, who kicks it to Quentin Rock, shoots another three. Misses.
Good play by Will, though, to get on the ground and get the rebound.
Yep, but then a turnover trying to kick it out. Thomas Dangerfield misses the open layup on the fast break. Everybody's fighting for the ball right now. Raptors call timeout.
Will Becker just looks exhausted right now.
Is that something you're worried about with 57 seconds left in the game?
I mean, it really is, especially out of such a good player. You have to stay conditioned, but he's been working his butt off this game, so I can't really blame him.
Anthony Harden looking at player Kenny Foster, who is walking off the court, clutching his knee, which he hurt earlier in the season. Is that something to worry about with 57 seconds left?
Yeah, especially since he's the hot player.
Do you think he's going to be able to get back out on the floor?
I mean, you still have the rest of the season to think about as well. So, as a coach, I couldn't necessarily say like an absolute yes that I'm going to put him out on the floor. It's kind of up in the air.
All right, so without Foster out on the floor, Quentin Rock hasn't exactly been himself tonight. He's missed a lot of shots, which happens. You miss shots in games. What would you do? Oh, Kenny Foster is coming back in the game. He looks all right. We'll see in the next 27 seconds how he's feeling. In a big game like this, it's Kenny Foster. What are you thinking? You can't leave this game, right?
I mean, you can't, but then again, there's like a long-term factor which you really have to think about.
Brandon Buns has the ball up top for the Raptors.
But I mean, I like the passion out of him to stay in the game, try to get a W.
Eric Williams guarding Brandon Buns out at the top. Passes it to Morgan Brown. Kicks it to Xavier Jackson. John Hart's guarding him.
Now the ball game is currently tied 49-49 with 30 seconds left.
Buffalo switch and put Quentin Rock on Xavier Jackson. It looks like the Raptors are holding for the last shot of this game. Brandon Buns got away with a little bit of a push off there, and Eric Williams gets up and retaliates by reaching. Brandon Buns goes to the line for a 1-and-1.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. That foul could have saved, well, I guess John got the charge, so could have saved them depending on how that would have played out, but you just can't have fouls that early.
I just think this is Eric Williams' second time in the later moments of the game fouling when it's 100% not necessary. That's more of a discipline thing than coaching. How do you fix that?
I mean, as a player, you have to improve. You said it wasn't really a coaching issue. You just got to be smarter.
Do you take him out of those situations?
As a coach, I wouldn't. I would put him in more of those situations so he can learn.
I mean, but you have a senior guard who has proven that he plays well in the later minutes of the game, and Muazza Mulatu, who actually hit the game winner for the Buffaloes last year at Eagle Crest. Why wouldn't you throw him in right now and let him get in this one?
Now, I would put Moo in this situation, but then again, we have been talking about it. Eric has been hustling all over the place today, so that would play a role in me deciding whether or not to put Moo in.
Brandon Buns at the line for a big free throw. The Spokane student section is getting loud as they can be. Brandon Buns makes the first free throw. Score of the game, 50-49.
There's 13.8 seconds to go on the clock.
Kenny Foster shoots the last shot of this game, right?
How he can shoot in this game? Yes, he does.
Brandon Buns misses the second free throw. Kenny Foster has the ball in his hands with 10 seconds. Pass it over and misses. And the Raptors win the game, 50-49.